Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Rakdos Fling. So when this card, the Callous Sell-Sword, first came out, I wanted to make a Fling deck work because it always seems to be a very interesting effect to me, and this is another Fling card in our big arsenal of Flings from all the release of Magic that I think it's better than most Fling because not only is it an adventure card that has a different side to it, it also allows us only to Fling when this card resolves. Start a creature, deal control to equal to its power, and then sacrifice it, which means that if this card gets countered, we don't actually lose the creature we're flinging. What's even better is that there is a card in Standard right now, the Cacophony Scamp, that is so good for the fling ability, because basically if we can pump it in any way, right, when we fling it, you can attack it for damage, fling it for damage, and then when it dies it can also then deal damage again. So if it so happened to be a 5 power, when we attack with it and got through with 5 power, we can fling it for 5 more damage, sack it for 5 more damage, and boom, that's 15 damage already. And you might think, well, 5 power is very hard. Not in this deck. We got a lot of pumps cards like Monstrous Rage, Felonious Rage, Antagonize. They're all pump spells. So that's the idea of this deck. Let's talk about the deck list, because I feel like there are probably several ways to play this deck, and I found this deck list online that I feel is on a sweet spot about its goodness, you know, when it comes to being able to fling, but also getting card advantage when we need it. Let's talk about our deck list now, one card by one card. So you can see that we curve out a 2-drop, so we don't really have that many high cast spells, but what we do have are a separation between the tempo plays versus the pump plays. So the tempo play are creatures or things that we want to play on curve. So Cacophony Scamp, of course, that's the main heart of the deck, but we also have Kumano faces Kakkazan, which deals 1 damage when it comes to play, and then is able to pump the next creature we attack with. Monastery Swiftspear does pretty much just that. Gets pumped by Kumano, faces Kakkazan, but also gets pumped by prowess triggers, so that all of our other spells allow us to prowess even faster and deal more damage. We also have 4 Callous Sell-Sword, the one we can fling with, and also then play the creature side on the adventure, which is just a bigger creature if any of our creature dies. So 2 mana 3/3 if just one creature dies, which isn't that bad, but if 2 or 3 creatures die, it could be a 2 mana 4/4 or 5/5, which would be insane. And then we have 4 Fugitive Codebreaker. This is the most iffy card in the deck, and I don't recommend crafting it if you don't like it as much or you don't find it as impactful. You can definitely just run other kind of card draw, or just, you know, exile top 2 cards and draw if your deck, and then play it until your next turn you can play it. Those kind of abilities are not that bad. But what this card does is that it's a Disguise, which is a morph, 3 mana for 2/2, and then we can disguise it, which is unmorph it for basically 1 mana if we have 5 instant and sorcery in our graveyard, which isn't that hard to do. And what it does is discard our hand and draw 3 cards. So 3 mana to disguise it, 1 mana to discard your hand, draw 3. That's an okay ability. That's a refill card advantage that we can get behind. Then we have Picnic Ruiner, which is also great whenever power is 4 or greater, or whenever we control a creature with power 4 or greater while Picnic Ruiner is attacking, it gains double strike. And then if we can double strike it and then fling it, we pretty much win the game right there on the spot. Now, when it comes to the power, we have, or pumper I should say, we have 4 Felonious Rage. Creature gets target creature +2/+0 gains haste, and also when it dies we can make a 2/2 token. And then Monstrous Rage, everyone's familiar with this card, +2/+0, and then get a monster's is it called a monster roll? Basically it gets +1/+1 and trample. Trample is going to be very important for us to get damage through. So 4 each in the deck, and then we have 4 Antagonize. A creature gets +4/+3. The +3 doesn't matter as much as the +4 for the Scamp to do its scampy things. And then we have 1 Blazing Crescendo, +3/+1, and then we can exile a top card and be able to play it next turn. We don't really want to play that exile cards because our deck is really low to the ground. And if you look at the curve, 23 lands, but really 22 lands. We have 14 mountains, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, and 4 Sulfurous Springs, so that they're all fast mana. And then we have 1 Sokenzan to kind of cheat out more creatures to attack with. That's the whole deck list. It's very fast, very low to the ground, and I think it'll be decent aggro deck. And I wanted to play an aggro deck to switch up my own sort of play style. I've been playing a lot of control, and then not enough aggro. I don't like to play aggro, but I do think I should play aggro to learn the play style, even if it's just to play around the deck. So I'm going to play another aggro deck today in Rakdos Fling. And we're going to fight our first opponent, the Jurassic 8/8. I don't know. I think they're trying to say Jurassic Park with P's. Go second. Alright, so our opponent's more aggro than we are. Hello. Green. Okay, they're not more aggro than we are. They're just green. So that would be interesting. Guess what? Antagonize them next turn or something. Visitor. Okay. Audacity. That's interesting. So we can rage it. How good is raging it? +2/+0 and haste. So this is a 4/2, right? If we antagonize it, well, we're playing this land anyways. He's gonna block. All right, if we antagonize it, this gets +3. That's a lot. This creature dies. We don't get trample either way, so I don't think it matters too much. We can definitely rage it and then Sell-Sword it, but I don't think that's where it matters. Weaver. One thing about this deck is actually we don't have that much removal. We only have the Sell-Sword, right, to fling. Oh, he just takes it. Alright, so if you're just gonna take it, we're going to rage our Swiftspear here. Get a double Callous trigger. And then we'll fling this at this. We're gonna fling at him. Bringing it pretty low if I fling at him, but remove his creatures. I don't know. Removing his creature feels nice, right? But I'm playing control this way. I'll do it. He might have some sort of copy ability, so I still get a 2/2. So my board isn't gone. He can ossify. Kami of Transient. And Junkai Naturalist. Kami becomes a 3/3. Okay, so did we antagonize? He gets his Kami back, but I want to fling 6 at him. He's out of cards, and if he wants to play Kami, I guess he could. How many do I have? 4 in the graveyard? Not a lot, to be fair. Ossification, alright. Not lifelink, so we can definitely go toe to toe. Audacity. It's pretty big now. 6/4. Guess what disguise is? Yep, I guess I should have just gone for his face, maybe. Alright, we're gonna discard our hand this way, right? Do we attack with it? It gets prowess. How good is prowess? Is he gonna block? He doesn't block. So I'm not actually sure how this works. Turn the face up for 2 mana. Two, 7, that's 11. No, that's what? That's 9. Alright, none of these are creatures, so that's a lot of lands for our 23 land deck. Do we attack here? We can block this. Alright, blocking it with the prowess means that we can... This is only a 2/2 though. Let's attack. He does block. I can protect this. I'm not gonna. Because this way, this will become a 3-3. And this will make it a 7-6 with Antagonize. Yeah, whatever. Kami is not going to get through. That's 7 damage. If I block, I'll have to double block. Right? I'm at 4, so I have to double block here. He gets a draw. And he gets a Skrull. And I draw a land. Alright, that's... I'm not gonna give him a GG because that is Flood. If I ever seen one on an aggro deck, but, you know. Me playing aggro, that's kind of the games I've... Okay, so I don't think that game would have gone too differently if I played it different. But the correct play, now that I think about it, is not to play control and just go for face, right? All the damage that I wasted on his creatures could have gone in his face, and that would have been a lot better. Because I don't have any mid to late game, and knowing me, I'm going to draw a lens. So, yeah. Next our opponent is Dark Terror, so let's see if we can do better against Dark Terror. This is okay. We go first. Hello. This will ruin someone's picnic. Unless we can draw Kumano. Otherwise, we'll ruin someone's picnic. Or, this will be a 3-2 that can just get cut down. This will be a 3-3 that can be easily cut down. You can definitely go for the throw it. Yep. A little bit slower off of play. So now we can aggro him. We'll go Fugitive. No, I'm gonna hide the Fugitive. So the reason why is because the Felonious Rage actually doesn't do much. It does 2 more damage, but that's it, right? It does 2 more damage and it doesn't do anything else. Headless Rider. Dies, create a 2-2. Okay. Well, let's see if our opponent knows how dies works. He takes it. Okay. This is gonna give it haste, but not first strike, right? So, basically a trade. He's gonna exploit? Okay, let's see if he... Okay, exploit does die, right? It's only damage dealt. So, create a 2-2. He's gonna kill himself just to make a 2-2. And then draw a card. Oh no, this doesn't draw, just make a 2-2. That's a land that I don't really want. I don't have anything to turn these face up. Let's see how he wants to block. Okay, blocks the Kumano. Blocks the face down. If I just pump into this, right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I want this to trade with a thing that dies. Do I want to trade with something that dies? I can't really turn any of these face up. My draw has been abysmal every game. I can protect the Kumano. But then I don't deal the damage. Right, this will make a 2-2, but I can also just do the 2 damage this turn. Oh boy, that's been bad. Alright, well... Bring him down to 4. Play a tap land here. I should be able to play... Well, I got 2, so it's gonna cost 4 to undisguise my face down card. Another Headless Rider. We'll scamp him. Not gonna attack him. I got a ward going, so he can't do much. I can turn it face up whenever, right? It's not a sorcery. Yeah, it's just turn it face up at any time for its disguise cost. Since I have 2 in the graveyard, it should cost 4. I think. Alright, it costs 6 total. So 1 less for each instant sorcery in my graveyard. I mean, I think it's 4, but I don't have any priority, so who knows. Alright. Tainted Adversary. Keeping the Mirrex open for some reason. I don't think he's gonna attack. Yep, no attacks. Turn face up. Can I draw 3 lands? Almost 3 lands. Yeah. So I can attack with the Scamp, but that's not gonna do much, right? This will make it a 3-2. It is a prowess trigger. How important is that? For a prowess trigger, I get to remove 1 of his creatures. Alright, well, they're just gonna come back as zombies anyways. Can't turn this face up yet. This costs 1, 2, 3, throw. Gonna make the trigger ability double, which is nice. But if I top deck a Kumano, I just kill him, so there's at least that. Attacking with 2 zombies. They don't do anything after attack, so we'll let him have that. Play a land. They turn this face up. For 3, a lot of mana. Draw 3 cards. Oh, one of them is a Kumano. GG. Yep. Bad draws got nothing on me if I can deal that 1 damage, right? That game was terrible. Still, we got through it. Now, Rakdos Fling works a lot better when you can fling your creatures. And definitely that game was won because I was pushing the damage rather than trying to kill his board. Although I think our opponent was really mana screwed. He was playing on 3 lands. I have more than double the lands he had, which says something because my deck is not supposed to get that many lands. Newton's Law, number 1. Fun. Alright, we're gonna go first. We got a Swiftspear and a Scamp. We'll keep. Let's see if he wants to fight a Swiftspear. Don't want to Scamp me yet. Alright, they got a Green Thief here. Surveil. Tosses the land. Nothing? We will rage it if you don't want to do anything. Take 5. Then we'll play a Scamp. Bat. Ooh, that's good. What are you gonna take? That is good. Taken. Takenage. I don't know. But I got 2 good cards. Take the Monstrous Rage. Makes sense. Alright. So I'm gonna fling something if worse comes to worse. I can fling it at the bat right now. If I fling it at the bat right now, this actually gets big, right? And I have Trample, so how would I want him to block? Why would I fling at the bats to get that extra 1 damage? When I can just attack and have him block and get the damage anyways. He knows what card this is. The little eyeball thing, you can see it. But it's got ward, so good luck. It's not that easy to get rid of a ward. He can have the Path of Peril, Edict. That's not good, right? I don't like fighting Edict. I guess I will... Attacking for 5. How do I put a stop here? Because I want to... Oh, I can't flip this. I can fling at him. Or I can just play it. I can fling 5 at him, but then I can't play it. I can just play as a creature. And you won't have an easy time to get rid of it. Alright, how many do I have in the graveyard? 1, 2. So this costs 4. That's going to take my whole turn next turn just to draw 3 cards. I'll put the tempo on him. Skull Wider. Alright, well, I don't want to lose this card, but I will lose it if I draw 3 cards right now. So, if I flip it face up, I'll draw 3 cards and I'll lose my Scamp. Let's do it. I did not draw a land. I got 2 fugitives. I don't like that at all. Alright, well, he might block the fugitive. He does block the fugitive. And it's trampled, so it goes down to 2. He tries to draw a card. He's at 3. I have a lot of damage on board for him being at 3. So let's see what he can do. Alright. Kakkazan. This is just a prowess haste. So, I draw all 4. You know, this is my problem with putting these kind of like questionable cards in the deck, is that they're questionable. See how he blocks. So he's effectively at 6, right? If I pump this for 4, doesn't he die? Yeah, -4, dead. The prowess trigger didn't even matter. I just need a creature on board to attack with. Life Gain. Life Gain is good, but you know, the other more damage is better. Look at that Rakdos sign. Rakdos is not being represented in Standard right now. Rakdos is so good in Explorer, Pioneer, Modern. Rakdos is kind of the top tier for a long time. Especially back then when Rakdos was just part of Jund. It was just so good. And then in Standard just fall off. We can keep banning cards in Rakdos, right? They ban... well, first of all, I'm going to talk about keeps. 2 Scamp and a Kumano, I'm going to keep. Alright, so... Yeah, they ban Fable, they ban Invoke, they ban... the, was that Bankbuster? It's not technically Rakdos, but Rakdos really love playing with it. Did they ban anything else in Rakdos? I don't even know anymore. But those 3 cards really hurt. Alright, let's Kumano his face. Also, one thing to remember, this is a sorcery. The Burn Together, that's a sorcery. You can't play at instant speed. Collector's Vault. Oh, that deck. Oh boy. I don't like that deck at all. So, I guess we'll scamp him. The only thing we can do. We're gonna die in 2 turns. So, we only win in 2 turns or we die. They got to go first! I didn't even get to go first with this deck. I only have 1 turn actually. Right? Because they'll get a treasure next turn. Let's hope they're mana screwed. Doesn't look like they're mana screwed. Well, maybe they are. No green for this. That would have been funny. So, do we Callous Sell-Sword our creatures a little bit? I can proliferate the Scamp. Well, let's see. We're attacking first, right? Looks like there's a stick. Maybe they got a cut down. Do they want to use their only treasure on a cutdown or a march? I don't know. I don't know about that. I often draw a lot of lands in this aggressive shell that only has like 4 lands total. Alright, you're gonna bounce my Scamp. Just for that 1 land, huh? Alright, I'm not gonna do that here. Instead, I will play all my creatures back out. Kakkazan's door. Yikes. Draw and discard. Next turn he gets to use the combo on us. He's discarding the combo. Alright. That is scary to the top. So how do we do this? You get double strike on this if I just fling one. Right, if I fling one and then use the damage to fling the other one, that's 1/2. This becomes, well, this becomes a 4 when it comes in. That's right. No, creature dealt damage this turn by sources you control will die. It gets exiled. So even my creatures get exiled. I don't want to do that. I can fling one, fling the other one. Well, first of all, let me play this land. I can fling one, fling the other one. That's 2 damage. And then I can play one. So that becomes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then I would run out of flings. So instead, I think I'll do this. Sack to deal damage, huh? Not yet. He might be able to get a track set out this turn, right? 2 Sell-Swords, man. I guess he's just looking for a land to play the Devious Cover-Up. Or not Devious Cover-Up, the Reenact the Crime. Did he discard another one? Does he have just 4 in his hand? Shuffler's fine. You definitely don't want to discard that unless that's, you already got it, right? So, I don't know why he's discarding it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 damage already. So, lethal on board. Let's see what he wants to do. No, just quit. You can do that too. Definitely one way to play the game, right? Tank, 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 quit. This is perfect demonstration of what Arena feels like right now. Alright, let's try again. Maybe this time we can get a good draw or go first. Buccio. Bebuccio? I don't speak Italian. I hope that's Italian. Okay, we get to Kumano, maybe and then a Ruiner. Sure. Hello. Hiya. Bebuccio. Face Kakkazan. Alright, if they're not immediately removal kind of deck, they're gonna regret a lot of things coming to them. Or I can Monastery Swiftspear right now and deal a lot to him. No. Ooh, okay, so they could have their Boros, right? They could have the Lightning Strike, the Azorius Strike thing. I forgot what it's called. No, the Lightning Helix. There you go. So I don't want to just walk into a Lightning Helix here. I guess either way I walk into a Lightning Helix. I don't walk into a Lightning Helix. Oh boy. Does he know what he's walking into? With just 1 mana? I mean, I guess you can definitely use that 1 mana for something good, right? I feel like there's a stick. It's probably a Resolute Reinforcement. Alright, where are you blocking? Oh, this is a Boros deck. What am I thinking? Boros decks are terrible. What? Boros decks are terrible. I don't gain double strike because I don't have the +4 here. Actually, I could have pumped the Kumano if that's the case then. Yeah. Didn't matter there, right? Alright. So, I forgot. Let me talk about it. See if I can. I forgot that only when it attacks does it gain double strike. So, instead of pumping the Picnic Ruiner there, I should have Monstrous Rage to Kumano, which would effectively made it a 3, or actually, it would be a 3 and then +2, 5/3 trample. So 2 creatures will die to the 5/3 trample. He takes 3. He takes the 2 from the Picnic Ruiner and then 2 from the Monastery Swiftspear anyways. So yeah, that slight mistake, but it didn't matter because our opponent already lost. But something to keep in mind. Don't forget that it only gains a double strike during the attack trigger, not any point if you have a creature of power 4 or greater. Alright. That's enough for today. Let's talk about the deck. Rakdos Fling, right? Aggro decks are always like that. You get a lot of wins, it just doesn't feel good even after you win. You feel dirty. You feel dirty winning. This is a very good deck. Don't get me wrong. It'll get you a lot of wins. Don't get that wrong. But it just feels dirty when you win. Because, you know, all these pumps works really well with this creature, which is this creature's shell that's really low to the ground. The Fugitive Codebreaker definitely works as intended to draw us cards when we run out of cards. With Disguise, opponent doesn't really want to interact with it as often. And what we see is the land base, actually, it might be a little bit floody. We got flooded a lot with 23 lands in the deck. Everything costs 1 or 2, so really you're not going to use that mana as often. So maybe you can even cut a few lands and then run maybe more Blazing Crescendo. Blazing Crescendo is not bad. There's also another card I should say. I forgot what it's called. I think it's Ancestral Anger. Yeah, this card gives the creature trample and +1/+X/0, and you also draw a card, right? So you might be able to cut, you know, maybe even some of these cards for Ancestral Anger in those scenarios. Maybe cut, you know, 1 fugitive, 1 land. 22 land should be enough, right? 1 fugitive, 1 land, and then run 2 more Ancestral Anger, and then cut 2 Pigment Ruiner is definitely necessary. Felonious Rage is necessary. Actually, Felonious Rage you can cut. So yeah, cut 2 Rage, 1 Codebreaker, 1 land for 4 Anger. That might work. Or you can cut 1 Rage and cut the Blazing Crescendo. Blazing Crescendo is an instant. That's what makes it good. The downside of it is it costs 2 to +3, and this only costs 1 for sometimes +3 if you have Ancestral Angers in your graveyard. And it gives it Trample. Trample is very important, right? So yeah, I think that there are still fine-tuning you can do to this deck. But this deck is so strong. If you want to win, if you only care about winning, this is one of those decks that it'll get you wins. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm getting tongue-tied here. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.